Good Thursday afternoon. I'm meteorologist Caitlin McGrath. We have a nice day closer to home, but of course we're continuing to track what is now Tropical Storm Ian. It did weaken early this morning after moving across central Florida overnight. The center of the storm now back in the Atlantic and forecast to strengthen as we head throughout the day today. Back into a Category 1 hurricane possibly as early as tonight as it continues to push up to the north and east, eventually going to shift northwest before making its fourth and final landfall by the time we get to tomorrow. Expecting landfall around Charleston, South Carolina by late Friday morning and into the afternoon as a Category 1 hurricane. A really bad outlook for the area. It does not take much to cause flooding in that part of South Carolina. The cone of concern does extend really through much of South Carolina right now, and new this morning it does take Savannah out of the cone of concern. Now, once the storm continues to move over land, it is expected to weaken relatively quickly by Friday night, back down to tropical storm strength, and by Saturday morning moving through North Carolina as the remnants of Ian, and then we'll just see a whole lot of rain fall through parts of the southeast and mid-Atlantic as we head through the weekend. So let's time out what that means for us and when our rain will start. So there goes Ian continuing to move through the Atlantic, making landfall sometime in South Carolina tomorrow, and then by tomorrow night, this is 8 p.m., we'll just see clouds tomorrow. Most of the day is dry, but by tomorrow evening, we can expect some rain to develop. You can see we're right on the edge of the remnants of Ian by tomorrow night. I do think we get through the evening commute dry for the most part. There has been some indication that rain might start a little bit earlier, so you may have a wet Friday night drive home, and any outdoor plans you'll probably need to readjust for Friday night. But most of the rain moves through over the weekend. Here we are Saturday, 7 a.m., waking up to rain. I do think the worst of the weather on Saturday does look to be in the early morning hours, so maybe just sleep in on Saturday if you can. There will be plenty of dry hours throughout the weekend. In fact, I think by the afternoon, we just see overcast skies, off and on showers from time to time, and really cool temperatures. A very similar forecast for Sunday. Rain from time to time. For the most part, we're talking about a nuisance rain, maybe a few moderate downpours as we head throughout the weekend. But for the most part, off and on showers, otherwise cloudy skies and cool temperatures. Very similar story for Monday as well. But plan ahead now that the Monday morning commute will be damp, and I think the Monday evening commute will be fairly wet as well before the remnants of Ian finally clear out of here by Tuesday morning. But I do think even by Tuesday, we could have some rain to start the day. Now, thankfully, we're not talking about a lot of rain for us. However, off to our south, we are expecting significant rainfall over the next several days. This is the rain for the southeast United States all the way through Monday. An additional 6 inches of rain for parts of Savannah. Locally higher totals expected in Charleston and Sumter. About 3.5 inches for Charlotte, just under that in Augusta. And then, of course, parts of Virginia now under the state of emergency by Governor Youngkin for some really locally heavy rain. But that threat is far to our south. Norfolk, close to 4 inches of rain, over 2 in Richmond. But the farther north you go, you'll see that sharp contrast of where the rain line cuts off. We could see over 1.5 inches in D.C. This is just one computer model's outlook. I do think for the most part we can expect 1 to 2 inches of rain, but keep in mind this falls over a 3 or 4 day time span. Here's a closer look at some of the numbers where you live, and again, don't focus so much on what the exact number you see is, just the idea that most of us see 1 inch to maybe 2 inches of rain, and the farther south you go, the locally higher totals you can expect down into parts of Patuxent River. Andrews over 2 inches, possibly over 2 inches in Culpeper as well. But our flood risk remains really low because this really isn't a whole lot of rain to fall, especially over a multi-day time span. My biggest concern for flooding would be local rivers and streams that may slowly rise over the weekend, but I still don't think we're looking at enough rain to do even that. So today, the sunshine will be replaced with clouds. We'll see clouds increasing throughout the afternoon. Another cool afternoon, temperatures topping off in the upper 60s, near 70s. And then as we head through the evening hours with clouds sticking around, temperatures will actually stay a little bit milder through about 8 o'clock, temperatures in the low 60s. And then eventually overnight, we drop down to 56 degrees in D.C., 49 in Leesburg and Manassas, a little bit cooler in our western counties, waking up to temperatures in the mid 40s. As we head throughout the next 5 days, Temperatures just keep getting cooler and cooler. Not only is it going to be cloudy and wet this weekend, temperatures will stay in the mid to low 60s. 67 for a high temperature tomorrow. But again, keep in mind, most of Friday does look dry. 66 on Saturday, and then low 60s will do it for high temperatures Sunday into Monday. We look to stay a little bit chilly all the way through Tuesday of next week. A look at the 7-day, and we do have the Nats back at home for their final homestand tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday. And I think they're going to have a hard time getting the games in. Not that it's going to rain all day, any day, but we will see off and on showers. It does look quite damp as we head through the end of the week and weekend. We do have a weather watch alert out for Saturday, Sunday, and Monday just because of a nuisance rain. Again, we'll monitor whether we officially have to issue that alert, but right now we do want to give you the heads up that the day's just not going to be nice. As we look ahead towards Tuesday, I think the rain gets out of here pretty early in the day, and then we finally see sunshine back in the forecast on Wednesday, and temperatures will be warmer as well, back in the low 70s.